In the past 10 years, student loan debt has increased exponentially, and that has caused many of the borrowers to be in default. There's currently over $1.7 trillion in student loan debt by over 45 million borrowers. My name is Jeremy Smith, and I am one of those college students that is in debt with student loans. I'm also a father with 2 children who will one day have to figure out how they will pay for college. I believe that the government should forgive student loans. I believe that it would help to boost the economy, given the fact that over 45 million borrowers would then have that extra income to put into the economy. It would also relieve stress and financial hardships, and it could also help people not to have to decide between buying medication or trying to pay back their student loans or ruining their credit to the cost that to the fact that they can't get a house or buy a car. We'll look at some of the history of student loans. Like I said, there's currently over $1.7 trillion in student loan debt, spread across over 45 million borrowers. The average student loan debt is $32,000 per borrower. This causes stress and anxiety on these borrowers that have to try to figure out how to pay this back while also trying to start a new career. And a lot of times there's a lot of stress and worry about not even being able to find a job with the degree that you have. In 1862, the United States passed the Morrill Act, and this was a land grant act that gave each union federal land to use towards education by selling and using the profits for education and or building on the land. In 1965, the Federal Family Education Loan Program was developed, and that provided anyone the opportunity seeking an education to be able to get student loans. In 2010, President Barack Obama eliminated the FFEL program and made student loans available through one program, eliminating profits made by private companies off of student loans, interests. Current generation of young adults in America has become some of the most educated in America's history. And then a college education is something that has been stressed and taught throughout elementary, middle school, and high school. We'll take a look at some of the pharmacy programs throughout the country to give you an idea of what a college education could cost on an average. In New York, at St. John Fisher's, they offer a 201 credit hour Pharmacy D PhD program, and it's over a 6-year program. The average tuition is over $35,000 per year, so the cost of the program is over $210,000. The average salary for a pharmacist in New York is $145,000. Then we'll take a look at Texas, the Jerry Hodge School of Pharmacy. It's the largest pharmacy program in the U.S., and its tuition is over $35,000 per semester with a $200 application fee, and that does not include room and board, books, and labs. This 6-year program is over $130,000. And the average salary in Texas for a pharmacist is around $140,000 as well. Next, we'll look at West Virginia. The average cost for this program at the University of Charleston would also be over $135,000, not including room and board, meals, or books. And the average salary in West Virginia is $122,000. So even with the lowest cost of tuition, one of the lowest costs of tuition across the country, West Virginia has still been ranked second highest for default rates for student loans. College should be something that is enjoyable and that provides a great experience and kind of a launch pad into your career, and financial hardships should not be the result of trying to have a future and financial freedom. So I believe that college tuition should be free, and also that student loans should be forgiven. Some of the benefits to the country and to the American citizens because of free college tuition, for one, could be decreased housing costs, because if a person doesn't have to worry about paying back all these student loans, then they won't default on their loans, their credit won't be affected, and they can get a better loan rate and a better a house payment. It would also help to reduce the amount of government assistance programs, because people would have a better opportunity to get an education and also a better opportunity to get a better job. And it could also decrease the cost of some healthcare expenses that are offered through the government, because if a person had a better education and a better job, they would be able to get healthcare offered through their employer. And then if student loan debt was forgiven, it could boost the economy, and it could help to have a workforce that has more educated workers, less stress on the employees, and less stress on educators. So in conclusion, I feel that the government can step up and come up with ways to help the country become more educated and to control the costs of school, college, so that's not so expensive and that so people don't have to go into such debt to try and pay for their college and try to get a good education, to have a good future for their families. And I believe that could be done. I know that it has been discussed. It has been presented in multiple ways. And I just feel that it's time for the government to come together and to make some decisions that could help the country, especially with student loans and free college education.